focus. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Knowledge Drop podcast by folks at the Flowmo crew, BeBoyDojo.com, Cypher Studio, Cypher Space, all that good. Representing Finland. It's been a little while since I've been live with the show, so good to see everybody back over here. And we are not dropping the level. Today we have a great guest, the one and only B-Boy Smurf. One of the rawest B-Boys I know. I've seen him rock a cipher in multiple countries and always got shook by the energy and the rawness. And of course, he does a lot of other things as well. The king of breaking podcasting and tattoo artist as well. So many other things. We're going to get deeper into it, see where that creativity stems from. So let's get right into it. Let's get Smurf on the show. Bam. What's up, B-Boy? How's it going?
What's up, Focus? How you feeling, man? Thank you for having me.
Feeling good, man. Honored to have you over here. Hopefully, I'm gonna learn something and get inspired by running a successful breaking podcast. We have a
Me
lot to
too.
talk about. How you feeling? Relocated to a new city and all that.
Yes, I'm in Las Vegas currently, and I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling good. It's a good day. I woke up. I'm breathing good, and it's feeling good. It's feeling good.
Excellent, excellent. Tuning in early in the morning your ways as well. I'm here at 7 p.m. at night, 9 o'clock your way. So thank you for getting up. Hope you got your
Thank you.
coffee and we're gonna get right into it.
Yep, the coffee is
Um,
coming. The coffee's coming, but let's get into it. Let's get into it.
so you're actually doing this before the coffee.
Yes,
I
I
took
don't
my
need
hat for that.
coffee.
Respect.
Focus. I don't need coffee. I am naturally
Okay,
just
okay.
very. I'm very intense, so I have a
We
lot of
can both
energy.
agree on that. That's right. You were born with coffee in your veins instead of blood.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. Where should we start from? Rawness and breaking. Let's get right into it. We had a talk at practice one of the days with Hugo from the crew, B-Boy Sparks, and he's like, "Man, I miss the rawness in the game. I don't see any raw B-boys who have the rawness of somebody like B-Boy Smurf. I would love to see Smurf in the big stages battling these days." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do agree. I do agree, man." So it's funny that all the out of all the names he mentioned, your name is like, we need more of that character of Smurf on the big battles. How do you feel about that?
That's how do I feel about that? I sometimes I look back at that person that had that energy, and I think that during that time I was in a different state of mind. You know, it's hard for me to put myself in that mental place again. So when I hear that, or when I think about it, sometimes I even question myself: do I even have that energy inside of me anymore? You know, I'm in a much more comfortable place. I'm a little bit older. I like everybody. You know, when I had that energy, I didn't like nobody, and it was part of. I guess it was part of the culture, right? Everybody was more. If you had a practice spot and you had your crew practicing, you didn't go practice with another crew. You stayed with your crew, and it was very. It was really closed off to where when you saw other b boys, you didn't want to be friends. You just want to go battle people, and I think that it's hard for me to find the energy now. You know, when I go out to an event, I like everybody. I want to talk to everybody. I want to interview people, and it's more open. And I think that I was really closed off during sometimes, in the past.
This is very interesting because I heard Mike Tyson say exactly the same words. I don't know if
Really?
you heard that interview
No.
where he's like, I didn't like the person that I turned into when I was at my prime. So he would turn into a beast that wanted to murder everybody that's in the ring and whatever, whatever. He's like, I'm
Oh
not that
wow.
same person no more. Smoke a lot of weed and chill and like I don't get on that mode.
Yeah. Well, it was
So
survival. It
interesting.
was survival.
Almost the same words. Yeah. Survival mode. Like you want to destroy the person in the battle on the other side. If
Right.
Smurf was 21 right now, do you think within the current world we're living in, would you still battle the same? Or would it be different in the today's society and community?
I think that if I think that when I began breaking, I had to run away from home to break, and it was something that you kind of it wasn't as accepted, I guess. I think part of the fun was because it was difficult to find. Now it's easy to find a b-boy battle, or I'm gonna go see b-boys next Saturday, and you already know it. I think that, and you would agree, there was a time where we used to go out and you didn't know if you were gonna see breakers. It was just an event or a party, and if you saw them, it was like an excitement. It was like, oh, it's something. I don't know if I would get that now, but maybe I look at my personality, and I have a very addictive personality, and I have a lot of energy in me. So maybe I would have figured out a way to be upset at people, because I still do that. When I see people, I still create an imaginary beef. And I was like, oh yeah, fuck him. Like, oh, I'm gonna smoke. So I still try to find that, but now it's harder for me to hold on to it longer. You know. So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if a 21-year-old Smurf today. It just depends on my living situation. When I was a younger, we didn't have much, so it was we have to win this battle, and we can't have friends, and our reputation's more important than anything. And it was, I don't know if I have that. I still have that in other ways, but not as intense as it was, or maybe not as desperate. Now I go to the jam, and I don't care if I win or lose, or I just go to have fun. And before, it was a different story, right? We used to go and just try to smoke everybody. And then afterwards, we
Yeah.
used to fight in the parking lot, because it wasn't enough just to battle. We wanted to fight you. And it was, and by the way, apologies to my crew, because I know that when you came to LA, we tried fighting you too on Flomo. Sorry, that was my boy Migs. So,
All good,
so
man.
okay, good,
We're
cool.
still here, noses in place, all good.
Yeah.
So no stress about it. And imagine being in a situation where you go and you battle for food. It's like you win this battle and you eat next week, or you don't.
Yeah. Or you
You
pay
gotta
the
find another
rent,
way. So
you know?
yeah, exactly. So in your 40s, it's a little bit of a different story. Or of course, hopefully at least. Or if
Yeah.
not, then you gotta take yourself, look in the mirror. It's like, okay, maybe I need to grow at some levels. Who knows? Do you
Yeah.
get inspired by what's going on these days in the battles? Do you watch what's going down? Yeah, you
Yes,
do. I know
yes,
you break
yes.
down a lot of battles online as well. So, do you get inspired? Is there something that sparks that flame again?
Yes. When I still watch battles. Last year, I went really heavy on looking up to see who was battling. And this year, I kind of fell back a little bit, just because of outside work. But yes, I still get inspired when I watch these kids, especially I mean, they're all dope. Sometimes it gets me sad when I hear people say, "Oh, this new generation's trash," or I really get excited over it. When I watch, it's just different movement. It's just a different level of difficulty. It's just when I see it, it's just stack, 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 blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up, and it's just like, and it's so smooth. It's so smooth where you remember back in the days, if you crash, you still got pops. And like now, it's like it has to be perfect, and it's just amazing, man. Yeah, I do get inspired by when I watch these kids, man. I really do, especially this kid's Nels one. Like when I look at him dance, he looks like an animated character. He looks like Popeye. He looks like a cartoon. He's just the way he's moving. I just love that. I love it. I love watching that. And it's just next level. It's just next level. The body movement is next level. Next level. Yeah, it's pure.
I agree. I
Some
agree.
of them.
Yeah,
Some of them.
and Nels One is another name that was dropped in the same discussion with Hugo. He's like, oh, who should we bring out for Flomo anniversary? He's like, Nels One. Then we look at the flight prices and we're like, somebody from Europe. But anyhow, he's nasty with the character. He's complete. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
right.
dope.
And what you say about the amount of content that's there in the round, like the amount of chances to crash is on another level. Back then you
Yeah.
would do like a knee drop and a backspin. You're like, hey, there
Yeah.
you have it. But now there's like 100 moves and you can't slip on any of those. So
Yeah.
game's
And
changed, man.
there's so many moves and so many b-boys around the world, and you have access to all the information. And it's like, if you're dope now, that means you're really, really dope, because the competition is there. Like, yeah, I remember back in the days in my neighborhood, I had that nasty windmills. I had power back in the days, right? And in my high school and in my neighborhood, everybody thought I was God. It's like, oh, he got windmills. It was like amazing. Like now, if you have windmill air flare, nobody cares. Because oh, we've seen it. So it's almost like you have to be. It can't just be moves anymore. You have to bring something special in order to shine with so many people dancing. Back in the days, it was easier to get popular because, yeah, you have VHS, but it took you months to get a hold of a battle, or it took you years. So I think that maybe now it's harder to get dope because there's just so much, and people see it all. Even kids, they know everything. So when they see you doing it, they know if you're biting, and they know it. They can see it. So maybe it's harder now. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see how it's going to progress from here. Let's say 10 years ahead. What's breaking going to be like a decade from now?
Oh
If the level is
man,
there right now, where can it go? That's going to be crazy.
yeah.
I can't wait to see that, man. I love the development, and we'll see what the limits are. Is there limits or not? We'll see. We'll see about that. Besides trying to fight Flomo, you also tattooed half of the crew as well.
Yes.
So let's jump over there right away. I don't have any Smurf tattoos yet, so one needs to happen next time around. I guess I need to fly to Vegas for that. You need to come to Helsinki.
Yes.
Either way, but let's dive a little bit deeper on that. How did you get into doing tattoos, and where you at right now?
Yeah.
Tell the people.
Yes. 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 Okay. So I was always an artist. I was always dabbling with the arts, and I used to do a lot of graffiti when I was younger. And Casper wanted to get tattooed. And Casper's, obviously you know who Casper is. Casper's my best friend. He's, I helped raise him. So Casper wanted to get tattooed, but Casper was too young to get tattooed. So he went and bought the materials. He bought the machine and he brought it home. And that was the first time, I never wanted to do it. I never thought about it. So when he brought it home, he had me tattoo him. And, because he just wanted a tattoo so bad. So I ended up tattooing him. He ended up, he's the one that bought me the machine. And I tattooed him. I tattooed myself. And then friends just started saying, hey, let me get one. Let me get one. And little by little, I started realizing, oh, there could be some money into this. So I enjoy art. I love art. I love getting good at art. And I end up falling in love with tattooing because of that. So I was really pushed
Wow.
into it
So
by
Casper is
Casper.
actually your crash test
Yeah.
dummy when it
Yeah.
comes to tattooing. Like, don't train on anything. Don't buy a pigskin or an orange where you try your first ones. But
No, there was no
Casper,
planning.
come in the house and here's a
Yeah.
machine. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do
It was that
something.
fast.
Let's see.
It
What was
was
the first tattoo on Casper?
a cross. I did a cross.
A cross. Okay. Was it perfect or not quite?
It was see, I was already an artist, so I already had a little bit of experience just playing with tools. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad, but it took me a while to get comfortable. It takes, like any craft, it takes years to feel confident in doing it. So it took me a while. Now I feel like I can pretty much tattoo anything, but there was a long time where I was just messing people up. Shout outs to Flea Rock, because Flea Rock gave me my second machine. When I tattooed Casper, Flea Rock was like, "Oh, I want one," but I didn't know what I was doing. He went back home to Florida, and his mom was a tattooer, so he took her machines, brought it back to LA, gave it to me, and I ended up tattooing him. And after the tattoo, he told me to keep all the equipment, and that's really what started off my career.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was a professional
So
set of
besides
machines.
Casper and Flea Rock, and half of Flomo, who else do you have on the list as fast
of
breakers?
of people that I tattooed.
Yeah.
I tattooed Machine. I did Machine's arm. Machine. Just a lot of b boys. But famous b boys. Who have I tattooed that is popular? That's it. I think just Flea. Flea's. Flea is crazy like that. Flea and Casper, they're both crazy. So if I'm there, they always want a tattoo. Like, oh, Smurf, 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 and it's like b boys are not really like that. I don't think of that many b boys that just want to be tattooed. Flea is always want something, and Casper the same. Casper's like, do this, do this, do this. So it's easy for them. Machine. I also did a lot of tattoos on Machine. Shout outs to Machine. I love Machine, and he let me practice on him a lot. It was Casper, Machine, and Flea. It was that there was like these years that we were together a lot, and I was just tattooing them, and I was just practicing, and those were like I tattooed a lot of b boys, but as far famous b boys, it doesn't get no more famous than Flea Rock, right? So
There you have it. There you have it. And I'm sure in that craft as well, you had a moment at some point, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Like, I'm
oh,
certified. So
I
I don't know
had
if you
those moments.
remember that moment, but I'm sure you get it. You get it in any craft. I remember that in breaking. That was our freestyle session. 2004 was that moment. We came over there and battled Rocksteady in the first round, and after that battle, was like, yeah, we're here. We made our name known now. So, what was your tattoo moment where you felt like, okay, now I'm official?
I get them a lot. Just like in breaking, you think you're dope, and then something happens, and and they're like, "Oh, I'm whack." Same shit in tattooing. Like I'll be doing a tattoo, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is easy," and then one little thing happens, and it's like, "Oh, I'm trash."
There's no
So I
eraser. It's
there's no,
done.
and it happens to me all the time, and I think that's why we're artists, right? That's why we love breaking, and that's why we love doing tattoos and anything with arts, because we always want to chase perfection. When I break, I always want to be, I want it to be perfect, but you can never get there. So you spend the rest of your life trying to be perfect. I think that's the beauty of it. Like I'll never do a perfect tattoo, but I enjoy pursuing it every time I tattoo. I'm like, I got to do this one perfect. And every time I'm done, I see this mistake. I see this. You look at your battle, it's like, I messed up there. But you always look back. I'm like, I got to do it better next time. And I think that's what it is, right? So I've had a lot of those moments, but something always humbles me down, which is great.
I'm
Go ahead,
sure
bro.
it's a certain character, certain personality that's required to be on that level of any craft as well. So, like you mentioned, for breakers on the top, they all have that mentality of, I want to be the best. I'm going to do everything possible to have it. Same with your art as well. And yeah, that's what it takes: dedication and pushing yourself to your limits. How would you see your artistry in general, taking it back to other fields of art as well besides tattoos? Is it the same energy that you channel with all the different approaches?
You know, Not really. I think breaking, and that's why I still break. I'm still involved in breaking. I teach kids breaking at the Alchemy Breaking here in Las Vegas. I don't really teach them. I teach them more graffiti and stuff like that, but I'm still involved. I do events. I do kids events. I'm really involved, and I host all the kids battles out here in Las Vegas. Like that's my favorite thing to do. I love being out there with them, and I just love breaking so much because breaking brings a fire that I can't get anywhere else. It's almost like there's like, for example, if I if I do a good tattoo or a good piece of art, even in graffiti it does exist, but in breaking, a different animal comes out of you because in order for me to win, you have to lose. In tattooing or in art, a lot of people win. If I do a good piece of art, the
Mm.
client wins, and whoever buys it, they win. And I almost feel like I end up losing even when I win because I hate letting go of my artwork. But in breaking, it just brings a different. It's just there's a different fire in breaking that I don't even know how to explain it, man. It just turns me on, like, and I just hear the music, and as soon as I hear ta tan 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 tan, like, I'm just like, it's like I hear James Brown and I just want to break, and there's a fire in there. It's just music, right? It's music. It's a feeling, and when I hear music, I think of people, and I think of Rock Creek Park. I think of Easy Rock. So when I hear Rock Creek Park, I transform to Easy Rock at that moment. I'm like, oh shit, I'm Easy Rock, like, and I think that a lot of songs do that for me. So I don't know, man. Breaking just I can't find that in tattooing. I can't. Tattooing has a different
Mm.
satisfaction. Breaking has a different satisfaction. You know, I don't even know how to explain it. There's just a lot of elements happening. Your body, the sound, vibration, colors. Breaking could just be broken down into too many sciences. It's just next level, man. Breaking's dope. I love breaking. And you guys are never gonna
Perfect.
get rid of
Yes.
me. I'm here forever. You guys are gonna see me on YouTube. You're gonna see me in a cipher. You're gonna see me somewhere, but I'm always gonna be here, y'all. Get ready.
Yes, sir. 2054. You still see Focus and Smurf in a wheelchair in the
Yep.
cipher. Yep. Still at that back alley of B-Boy Summit and talking all mad shit
Yeah,
about the good
yeah.
old days and still getting down. That's what's up.
Oh, B-Boy Summit the last year this year. The last year.
The last one of the B-Boy Summit, so hopefully it makes a comeback by
Yeah, they
2054.
will.
But for now, this is the last one. So anybody that has a chance, go out. You won't get it. another time. A legendary edition gonna be that's for sure. Podcasting. How did you get into it? Was it through the B-boy news first, and then into spin theory? And like, how was that journey?
So the YouTube journey started in 2005 when YouTube first started. And this was during the time where we had B-Boy World and there was the forums and everybody was talking shit in the forums, you know? And Alien Ness was talking shit in the B-Boy World forums. And he was saying, "Oh, Zulu Kings is the best crew. Zulu Kings is the best crew." So everybody was talking shit to Alien Ness saying, "Oh, if MZK is the best crew, why do you guys never win any battles?" You know? And I was like, yeah, he's right. You know,
Oh,
they're right. So everybody in the crew got together. Everybody in the crew said, "Okay, guys, we got to get together and actually win a battle." And we're like, "What?" So we end
the
up
first
choosing
one.
a freestyle session, you know. And that was the first time I entered freestyle session. That was a lot. The first time a lot of us entered freestyle session. So we all me, Floor Phantom, Vix, Taekwon, and this was before nobody knew who we were. We were just a crew before people knew who we were, you know. And we all got together and said, "All right, we got to prove to everybody that we can win a crew battle." And Ness was like, "Well, we got to win freestyle session." I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna fly in." So during this time, while we were creating this concept of, yeah, we're gonna get together, we're gonna make the patches. You know, we're gonna actually we made the patches in my house. At Casper's mom made the patches, right? So we were like, okay, so we're gonna fly in, we're gonna start practicing, we're gonna make patches, we're gonna roll up in there like old school, like black spades. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel and kind of mock like the battles and in the event and do like a b-boy news situation kind of surrounding this moment. So that's what I started. That's what me and Casper did. We just went on YouTube and started talking about freestyle session, trying to hype up the battle. One, because we knew we were going, but two, we were like trying to create some type of entertainment. You know, it was just breaking videos was just people battling. So we're like, we want to see, something different. So we just started creating videos where we just started mocking. You know, it wasn't really mocking. We were having fun. We're not comedians. So I don't know what we were thinking, but we just started making B-Boy News. And then from B-Boy News, it just became, I would say, we were able to say things without people taking it personal. You know, we were able to, I have no idea if people take it personal, but I feel like if we do a podcast and we're watching battles and we say, "Oh, this guy, oh, you trash, you lost," the other person hopefully doesn't take that personal and say, "Oh, they're talking shit." It's like, "Oh, it's comedic. It's supposed to be a relief of the pressure, and we're just lighthearted and we're just trying to bring some type of entertainment value besides just breaking battles." You know, that's really what it comes down to, and that's where the spin theory came out. Because after we started doing b-boy news, we never took it serious. We just did videos here and there. COVID kind of wanted to change the name. Casper didn't want to change the name, but I had to change the name. And yeah, here we are, and we still stream. He was on last week on the channel, and we still live stream, and we just love talking about breaking, and we just love watching battles, and that's just really where it's at.
Dope, dope. Hey,
I know
contributions
that was a
big
long
this day,
story.
and all good, all good. Wasn't one of the B-boy news part of one of Ness's VHS tapes or DVDs?
Um,
Was that maybe wasn't the first one? I remember there was like some part, might remember wrong,
yeah, he might
drama
have.
or some other one of those. Well, anyhow, I remember seeing it early back in the days, and
Yeah,
it
yeah, the
evolved
first
into
one.
what spin theory is today. That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's a big journey, man. What do you think makes a great break-in podcast? What are the ingredients, the secret sauce?
The secret sauce, I have no idea because my channel gets no views, so I don't know what the secret sauce is. But what I would like to see, and is something that I feel like I can bring, is access to everybody's favorite b-boys. I think if you have access to b-boys, it makes it much easier to have a platform, because it's all about network, right? If I have friendships with Focus from Flomo and we're able to get on a live stream, that is valuable to me. You know, if I'm able to get I got a lot of interviews on my channel, and I do like the spin theory is me just really talking shit, but I also have another side of the channel where I sit down and I do serious interviews with people, and I got interviews with K Mel, with Ronnie, with Flea Rock, and Flea Rock never does interviews, so I have a bunch of interviews with people that I feel like a lot of people can't get access to. Nobody can get access to K Mel. Like it's hard to get a hold of K Mel. And I went to his house and I was at his house. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna record us, and we just did it. And I think having access to people, it's key to be able to have a platform, right? But not really. Maybe if you could also be funny, entertaining. You could just be have an insight, be knowledgeable about what you're talking about. I think that there's a lot of different angles that you can do, or maybe a little bit of everything. Um, um, concepts, maybe a different type. Like shout outs to Groove Sessions. My boy Arthur, he was doing the trivia, the b-boy trivia. So that's a concept, and I was helping him do that as well. Man, I think stuff like that is it's not just breaking battles. B-boying is not breaking battles, and if we're gonna take this shit to the next level, these b-boys can't just be doing air flares and flares. Like we also have to like see a little bit of their personality and find out who they are and what makes them. If you find out your favorite b-boy plays video games, and if you love video games, you're gonna connect to that person way more. If your favorite b-boy drinks coffee in the morning, you're gonna connect with him. You're like, oh, I drink coffee too. It's like there's just way more than just breaking, and I think that whoever has a platform that can just like really highlight more of a b-boy than just b-boying, I think that's would be a interesting thing for me to watch.
Appreciate, agree 100%. What grinds your gears in 2024?
What grinds my gears in 2024? And grinding my gears is something that annoys me, right?
Yes.
What grinds my gears? Okay, there's a few things that grind my gears. One, the bottle of water. We got to get rid of that shit, bro. Like, we need to figure out a way for somebody to go out first. Like, the DJ is playing a song, and the DJ probably only has 5 good tracks. And if you're gonna waste one track because you don't want to go out, you're making the DJ's job harder. The people watching the show they're just sitting there being annoyed. We don't want to see you just looking at each other, bro. Like everybody is good. So if you think they need to go out first because you're better or you're old school or whatever the case is, it doesn't work like that. I think that the promoters need to fix that problem, not the b-boys. The b-boys are just b-boys. Let them break. The promoters are the ones that need to ahead of time be like, hey guys, you're gonna go out first. Next round, you go out second. Next round, and then figure it out while you're doing brackets. You need to figure that out. Or if you have a TV in the back, which everybody does now, 2024, breaking's crazy. Have a TV, have like a Russian roulette, like beep, and it chooses a random person to go out. Like make it interesting, So I think that the bottle of water, that's one thing. And everybody doing air chairs, that's another one, but we don't have to talk about that. And people not wearing shoes. If you don't wear shoes, it's mad weird to me, bro. Like, you need to have shoes on. You can't have. Nobody wants to see your feet. Nobody wants to see your toes. Let's just wear shoes, man. This is breaking. Hip hop's dope. So
Nobody wants to touch the floor after your sweaty toes have been there
No.
with your 6 steps, whatever.
no.
No way. No fungus coming in your fingers from
Oh,
too
last one,
funky.
focus. And I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think. Okay.
Shoot.
Have you seen the battles where the judges are judging in between rounds, and then the b-boys before they go out, they look up to see if they won or lost, and then they continue? How do you feel about that? Yeah, they're just sitting there like, did I go? It's like,
If I was battling in a situation like that, I would just go. It's like, come on, you
Yeah.
still gotta go out hard. So if you lose, if you win the round, you're still gonna do whack or you're gonna go out hard. It's like, again, wasting that beat. DJ might have paid a lot of money for that, like a rare
Yeah.
find from the record store, paid it
Yo.
$100 or whatever. It's like, let me see the screen first. Not gonna work. A question from the audience: what positive aspects of breaking culture should we bring back? Something that was in the past that is not there anymore.
Respect.
Michelin, respect.
Yeah, respect. I think that there was a time where I used to see people that were older than me, and it was nothing but respect. If we saw Easy Rock, we saw well, Easy Rock's our hero, but if we saw anybody that from a Iceman, anybody from a previous generation, me and Casper, at least, we always did back in the days. We always, even Smirk from Ready to Rock, Smirk. We always used to go to Smirk, we're like, yo, guys, you guys are dope. We always gave people their props, and I think that people are scared to give people props, and I think that maybe not. Maybe everybody's giving too much props. That's why the whole culture is soft. I'm not too sure, man. What should we bring back? Battles and beefs. Let's bring back beef. Like, nobody has beef anymore. Back in the days, everybody had beef. If you were not from my crew, you're getting smoked, bro. That's just what it is. And you can't be from 3 or 4 crews. That was mad weird. Just be from one crew and then start beefing with people, because when you beef, it makes you better. It just makes you better.
Agree. Okay, underrated or overrated? Quick list. Let's see. What do you think? Classic breaks, for example, The Mexican by Babe Ruth. Underrated or overrated?
But that song's always gonna be underrated. Like, always gonna be underrated. Like, that song, I could hear it a million times, and it's gonna be brand new in my mind when I hear it. There's not that many songs, but that's one of those songs that if I hear it, bro, I could hear that every day, and I'm just gonna get hyped. Like, no matter what, I'm always gonna get hyped.
Especially if that drops in the right moment. It's like, okay, come on, let's go.
Just
You
the
already
beginning.
answered the next one. Call out battles. Underrated, overrated? I know the answer to that already.
Overrated.
Call out battles.
Overrated. Sometimes they're overrated. Yeah, because a lot of people do it. I got called out recently, and it was just so fake. Like, the guy came up to me and he was like trying to give me the cock, and I was like, oh man, you're just trying to create a moment, and you're not really thinking of battling me. You're thinking of the camera, and we end up battling anyways. But I think that sometimes it could be overrated, especially when it's not genuine. That's why beefs need to come back, because when you call somebody out, you need to hate somebody. You need to not like somebody. Like, figure out, make up something. Oh, I don't like his shoes. Oh man, fuck your shoes. We're gonna battle. Like, make something up, So I think it was just cheesy.
That's what's up. Using colors in tattoos, colorful tattoos. Overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
All black and white.
All black and white. I love black and white. I grew up in Los Angeles, and in Los Angeles we have a tattoo culture, and it's really black and white. It's really, it comes from the jail system. People in the neighborhood don't really have money for color. Color's more expensive. But so I grew up just seeing a lot of black and gray tattoos, no color. So now I just do a lot of black and gray.
Los Angeles.
Los
Underrated,
Angeles.
overrated? LA.
Overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. And I know, little Angelinos, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But it's overrated, bro. Like, way too many people. It's very unhealthy. It's not healthy to be around that many people. Like, I grew up in an apartment with like 200 units. So I had people above me, people that live under me, people that live next to me. And like, to me, I thought it was normal. I just normal. You just grow up in a neighborhood, you go outside, there's 20 kids, 100 families. It's just, but once I've experienced the world, I appreciate space for my mental health. So I had to get away from, I still live in the city. I still live in Las Vegas, but I live a little bit more comfortable now. We have a house, so I don't have too many neighbors. I'm a little bit, but in LA it was just too much. The lifestyle is too fast, and it's overrated because it's too expensive for what it is. You work just to survive, and you there's no enjoying. You can't enjoy life, and I think that it was great, and obviously I do love Los Angeles. I do love Los Angeles, so don't get me wrong, but I can't live there right now.
Yes, sir. Last one. Underrated, overrated? Breaking in the Olympics.
I think it's both. I think it's both. I think that it's underrated in the sense that it just depends from what perspective, from the b-boy's perspective or from the regular person's perspective. So a lot of people It could just be both, right? I think it's both. I think it's underrated. Obviously, I would think it's underrated. I do enjoy the breaking in the Olympics. I do. It's it's something that we need to have in order to solidify the space. It's also going to create different people and change their lives. You know, like people that are going to the Olympics. Victor, um, Lavix, is that Lavix? That girl. Anyways, all these Olympic people, it's gonna change their lives, and that's really what we did it for, right? I mean, when I first started breaking, you started breaking. I think we started breaking at the same time. I think we've talked about this. And there was no money in it. Like I didn't start breaking, and there was a career. Like we just break because there was kids that danced in the other school, so we just got to go to the other school and battle them. It was just really ego, you know. Now there's an actual career. You can actually pursue this. You can actually buy a house for your mom, and because in that sense it's underrated, but it's also overrated because everybody has expectations of the Olympics that are really not there. So I think that it's a little bit of both. But I enjoy it. I support it 100%.
Got it. Cool. What's coming up? 2024. What's next for Smurf?
So
Where do we see you?
I'll be in San Luis Potosi in Mexico for an event in December. I'm going to Ritual Warfare in August, and I believe they released the battles of who's battling. I don't know if I should say it. I don't know if it's public yet, but I think it is public. Let's just say that there's two legends. They're gonna battle each other in this exhibition. It's the same event last year that had Rebirth and Marlin. It's the same event that did
Yeah.
Rebirth and Marlin.
Oh,
So
okay.
they got a matchup this
Okay.
year.
Okay.
That's gonna be
Okay.
pretty good. They actually have two matchups. So I'm gonna be over there in Dallas, Texas, August
Bunch.
16th, I believe, and I'm gonna be doing the face off. I'm gonna be doing the face off with the
Mm.
guys. So I'll be over there and just breaking, man. I'm trying to do more podcasting, and I really do more stuff like this. So thank you, Focus, doing stuff like this. I love it, man. Talking to you. Hopefully, I can interview you next. So if that could be a possibility,
Yeah.
please come onto the channel and let's talk because I got some questions for you, bro.
We make it happen.
Oh, there's
Dope,
this
dope.
cipher.
Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate your work. And we make it happen the other way around. Let's do it.
I have to talk to you about a cipher battle you did. That it was so good.
Which one?
And even now, and it has no views. It has like 3,000 views, and I'm like, what? And me and Casper used to watch this battle like 10, 15 years ago. We used to watch him like, yo, this is the best battle. It was Flomo versus Ghost Crew. It was a 3-on-3.
Mm. Oh,
You gonna
okay,
remember that? And
okay.
it
The
was
cipher
you.
battle?
It was a
I don't remember.
cipher
It's been a
battle.
lot of battles, man.
Oh, bro, it was so good. It was you.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, bro,
You
it
had
was
Solo
so
and Mercy and Ata,
Ata.
Ima,
Yes,
Ima, and Flaco on the other side.
bro,
Yeah.
bro, bro. Yo, that was so, and it was two. It's part one and part two on YouTube, and
Yeah, it
maybe
was
I'm
a
gonna
long
watch
ass
that.
battle, man.
Man, bro, it's so
We need
good.
to get
Yo,
back to it, man. That battle went down after after we battled the whole day. We ended up winning the competition, I believe, that day. But after we're done with the competition, everybody's like clearing the venue already. But we're like, nah, we need to do this. So they had to extend the whole event. There was part one, part two, and it's like we're not quitting the jam because it's a dope battle going on over here, and we just
what?
keep going and going and going and rounds and rounds and rounds, and everybody's kind of like, I want to leave to the after party, but there's this battle going on. So the jam had to keep going with the music, and
No
security is like,
way.
man, we need to kick these guys out because there's, time limits. We can be here, but battle kept
Wow,
going on and on. Thank you. I appreciate you reminding me of that battle. It's been a
that was a
while. So
really
I
good
need to check
battle.
it out myself as well. Dope.
Yeah.
Cool. But hey, appreciate your time. I appreciate your work. Keep going with the podcast. You're making a big, big, huge impact. You got a award over there on the table because of it as well. So keep going. Bam! Shout out to Break Free Worldwide,
Yep.
and we connect somewhere. Who knows? People Summit, Europe, Finland, or online. Who knows? It's a
Yeah.
small world these days.
Yep.
Thank you for getting on.
I appreciate you, Focus. Thank you
Catch you
so
on the
much, and
next
shout outs to your
one.
crew.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Keep going. Peace. Now, there we have it. The one and only B-Boy Smurf. Love that talk. And you can always find this back at Spotify in a couple of days, and also YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Instagram, and Facebook. Head out to beebodojo.com, get my free footwork workshop, and we can continue over there, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, and it's out. Peace, peace, peace.